Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Well, you guys probably aren't going to believe this, but once again, we got to talk about Connor McDavid, our best player, generational player, and obviously a guy all of oil country just wants to get locked into a contract. But as we know, as we've discussed multiple times, we're just going to have to wait. Everything is going to happen on Connor McDavid's schedule, and not a moment, not a second before then. Let's start with the Ryan Rishaug quotes from yesterday. This was Connor McDavid on the potential of not having a deal done before the season starts and it being a distraction for the team. At the end of the day, it's not as big a worry for me as I think people might assume. We're all professional hockey players. We're all adults. This is a mature group. And then Connor McDavid went on to say, we're trying to find a scenario that works for everybody in terms of my family security, a deal that makes sense for the team to continue to have success. My belief in this season and the players this year has never been higher. Elliot Friedman was talking about it on the 32 Thoughts podcast that was released this morning. Back-to-back Stanley Cup final exits for Connor McDavid have been extremely hard on him. He just wants to ensure that he's going to continue to have repeated chances at winning that Stanley Cup. His focus is 100% committed, as it should be, to no one's surprise, to win the Stanley Cup this year. I'm not telling you guys stuff you don't already know. Connor also saying yesterday, I want to prove that scoring 50 or 60 is not a one-off. I've had 50 goals and I've had 100 assists, and I like the goals a little bit more. That quote captured there by Eric Friesen with Heavy Hockey. We all want Connor McDavid to shoot the puck more. We're all frustrated to see him pass up great opportunity after great opportunity, looking for other players to find on the ice. So if Connor McDavid can come back, have another 50 or 60 goal season, that would obviously be absolutely amazing. We all love seeing Connor McDavid score goals as well. Seeing him go from one end of the ice to the other is just a thing of absolute beauty. And when it all comes together, he makes that one final move getting around the goaltender. There's really just nothing better. So I want to see Connor McDavid shooting the puck more next year. All of oil country wants to see Connor McDavid shooting the puck more. I'm sure he'll have plenty of great assists. Brendan Escott was pointing out that Connor McDavid was on a line with Leon Draisaitl and Matt Savoy at today's captain's skate. So maybe that's a line we get to see at some point. Obviously, we're expecting big things from Matt Savoy. I still think at the end of the day, I wanted it to be an 8-year deal. We know all term money options are on the table, whether it turns out to be an 8-year deal, a 4-year deal, a 2-year deal. It will be what Connor McDavid wants it to be, and it's going to be a quick negotiation when Connor McDavid picks up the phone and tells Stan Bowman and Jeff Jackson that he wants to get a deal done. It could probably even happen same day. The Oilers are going to agree to whatever Connor McDavid wants. He's just being meticulous. He wants to go through this thing step by step, detail by detail, and that is entirely his right. He's the best player in the NHL. He has to do what's best for him, what's best for his family, what's best for his future, and I have full confidence that he will come to the realization that the Edmonton Oilers are the best fit for that, and I believe the Edmonton Oilers will continue to make moves to try and make Connor McDavid believe that. There was talk about the Oilers going for Sebastian Cossa with the Detroit Red Wings. I can see that as a move, unless the Detroit Red Wings have shot that down already, as something the team will continue to look at here. We've seen them make moves for Matt Savoy, for Ike Howard. The youth movement will continue for this team. Stan Bowman's going to try and bring in younger, elite players to give Connor McDavid, to give Leon Draisaitl that reassurance that this team is going to continue to try and be competitive for years to come. So that's the latest there, guys. I'll update you if we hear even more about Connor McDavid. I'm sure there'll be a few more updates until we finally get that contract signed. But for now, that is all the latest on number 97. Oilers insider Bob Stauffer had this update on Isaac Ike Howard. I'm sure a few people, myself included, were wondering where he was. For those asking why Isaac Howard is not at the captain's skates in Edmonton, he is currently at the NHL and NHLPA's player orientation program as the Edmonton Oilers representative. So that explains Ike Howard's absence, and I think we should expect to see him in Edmonton next week. We got this update on Matthias Ekholm. He was speaking to the media today. He's feeling great. He gave this quote to Jason Gregor. Absolutely, I want to stay in Edmonton, but I know you have to take care of the big boys first. Once McDavid gets done, I'm sure we will talk. I'm getting up there in age, but I know what I can bring. That was Ekholm on entering the final year of his deal. We talked about the Edmonton Oilers were looking at contract extensions for guys like Ekholm, Kulak, Wallman. Earlier this summer, those extensions haven't happened, and that's probably directly tied to the Connor McDavid extension not happening yet. And I think there'll probably be a bit of a flood once Connor McDavid gets his deal done of other guys signing extensions, and Matthias Ekholm, I'm sure, will be among them. Probably be a shorter term deal, as Ekholm noted there. He's getting up in age, but I think he's still a very important member of that blue line. So looking forward to getting Ekholm signed as well. We know Leon Draisaitl loves playing with Vasily Podkolzin, and he released this quote yesterday. Pods does a lot of things that a lot of people who don't really understand hockey don't see. He does a lot of work for me, and that lets me have a lot of time with the puck and sets me up in great situations. I lack that in my game, so he does a lot of things for me personally. I really love playing with him. He's really underrated with the puck, and he has an underrated hockey sense. I think there is a lot more offense and a lot more finish in his game. He is a player who doesn't need to score to be effective. His work ethic is as good as I've seen in my 12 years. That is very high praise from Leon Draisaitl for Vasily Podkolzin. Don't be shocked to see those two put back together for next year. They worked very effectively together. We all want to see Pods put in some more goals there, and I'm sure those will eventually come. But seeing Pods and the effect he had on Leon Draisaitl and the praise that Draisaitl has for Pods there, those are two guys that simply have to play together. Stuart Skinner also spoke yesterday to the media. He has pretty lofty goals for himself. He's started work with new goalie coach Peter Aubry. Wants to come in, make Team Canada, obviously win the Stanley Cup, solidify his spot with the Edmonton Oilers. It's a contract year for Stuart Skinner. He's an unrestricted free agent next summer, so his future in Edmonton is very dependent on how he plays this year, and everyone in oil country has their eyes on Stuart Skinner, positively or negatively. He has to silence his critics. I'm a Stu fan. I still think he can come through and be a strong goaltender for this team in a tandem, but he has to get the job done, bottom line, if he's going to silence the critics that are against him. So hopefully the new goalie coach can help him out. Hopefully he can earn himself a contract to remain an Edmonton Oiler here going forward. He said there hasn't been any contract talks yet to this point. Not a surprise here. The Oilers and Stuart Skinner both know where each other are at. Stu has to come in here and perform and ultimately win this team a Stanley Cup, and at the same time be consistent night in and night out. Everyone's going to have bad stretches here and there, but he has to be consistent for the large portion of the time. And last year, Stu couldn't do that. He was a hero in the playoffs, absolutely. He struggled early, but came in and was fantastic against Vegas and against Dallas. So it's just really finding that consistency for Stuart Skinner at the end of the day. And in the tandem, Calvin Pickard has been fantastic, but if the Edmonton Oilers can find another goaltender for their future beyond this year at the same time, keep Calvin Pickard in that rotation if you can. That'd be fantastic, but we'll see what happens here with the goaltending going forward. But right now, Stuart Skinner, as he should be, setting high goals for himself and looking to make Team Canada. We'll see if it happens. If he does, that probably means the Edmonton Oilers are in a pretty darn good spot as well. So let's hope that all comes true. And lastly, guys, mark your calendar for Saturday, September 20th from 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Fan Day will be going down at Rogers Place. It's a ton of fun. Great sales going on. You get to meet some former Oilers, see the Oilers practice. It's a fantastic time. I go every year. So if you guys are heading down there, I'll probably see you there. And I will also see anybody who's going to the Oilers and Flames rookie game next Friday. Got my tickets yesterday for that as well. So that's all I have for now, guys, but I'm sure more will come down the pipe here over the next couple days. Maybe some more Connor McDavid speculation because we just haven't heard enough about that yet. Let me know your thoughts on all the latest in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.